We want to let you know what's happening, get you those details, and make sure that you don't get stuck in that traffic this weekend. This is what you need to know. Traveling along Central Expressway, US 75, the stretch that's affected is Beltline to Arapahoe, both directions. So that is going to start tonight at 9 p.m. and tomorrow morning at 6. Traffic, again, totally shut down on the main lanes through that stretch in Richardson. Then on Saturday night into Sunday morning, the northbound portion of Central Expressway will be shut down also from Beltline Road to Arapahoe. That lasts until Sunday at 6 a.m. Traffic will be diverted to the service road during the closures. That is something to keep in mind because I guarantee you, things are going to be a lot busier in that section of the roadways. I do want to let you know that the closures are happening so crews can safely lift and install massive steel arches for a new train bridge over the highway. So because of the road work, overnight train service will be paused in that area this weekend, and riders will need to take free DART shuttle buses between the affected stations instead. So that is something to keep in mind if, again, you are traveling through that area. 35E Valley View over there just north of the 635 intersection. Moving along, a little bit heavier traffic, I-30, just to the east of downtown Dallas. And Colin, I am seeing some cloudy skies out there.
It's a little dreary. Look at that cloud cover. You know what, Stacia, you guys, this cloud cover, believe it or not, is not helping us. I wish I could say it were. It feels a little better, perspective here, but it's actually kind of trapping some of that moisture. You know where all this came from? This is a part of the remnant low, one of the lows that split off from Tropical Storm Bertha. This is Gulf moisture that left the northern Gulf a day ago. That little drizzle this morning or mist, that's also a part of it. Now we have cloud cover. We're starting to see some spots of clearing here over parts of the southern metroplex. I'll show you that in a second. Visible satellite is showing a little clearing popping up, but right now it is just very, very hot. Heat advisory again today. Our best friend, here it is again, heat advisory. Heat index value is up through 107. Again, that goes through 8 o'clock. It's going to be a warm evening, but don't cancel plans. Go somewhere with misters or fans. It's what we like to do in the evening. Here's not a pretty sight. I unfortunately do have to show you this. Heat index values later today in the triple digits for many spots. 100 in Terrell, 106 Dallas, maybe 99 in McKinney. That's not bad, right? 104 in Denton, 107 in Fort Worth. Again, a far cry from the heat index the other day, verifiable heat index that hit about 121, 122, middle of the week. So a big improvement from there. But here's where we're going, okay? Next few days, all right, here's your temperatures go up, okay, above average, but your heat indices stay about the same, if not come down a touch. That's because slightly drier air is easier to warm up. So maybe some short-term good news, humidity comes down just a touch. Look at satellite and radar over the past 18 hours. That was left of Bertha that came ashore. Watch this. Some flash flooding in Harris County, in Houston yesterday. They just cannot escape a storm. Even this weaker storm, serious trouble during the commute last night. Thankfully, that is all gone. It's already in northern Mexico. The rest of us, though, we're seeing a little cloud cover, some moisture trapped from what was left of Bertha, and a little impulse from Oklahoma. And you can see there's the remnants, but look at this little impulse, and some of this moisture split off from Bertha and moved up towards us. So that's why we have some clouds. This will clear through the rest of the day. A little dry pocket here. It actually feels really nice right down near Waco, Temple, and Killeen. But there you go. See this, some clearing right here, just down south, maybe Johnson and Ellis counties, lifting north into Dallas and Tarrant. That means we'll see some clouds clear here through the middle of the afternoon. But right now, that thick cloud cover is still over us. Coming up, we'll talk about maybe a change in the 14-day forecast. And I say that with a very strong maybe. Kara.
Thank you, Colin. Several high-profile cases involving ICE are raising questions about due process and immigration enforcement. One of them involves a Southwest Airlines flight attendant. Our Natalie Haddad has the latest.
ICE officials have identified the Southwest Airlines flight attendant that was arrested 10 days ago as Lorenzo Thompson, a Jamaican national. He was arrested at Nashville International Airport without incident. ICE tells us that Thompson entered the United States legally in 2021 with permission to stay for 6 months, but allegedly remained in the country after his authorized stay expired. He remains in ICE custody while immigration proceedings continue this morning. Thompson's arrest comes amid a series of high-profile immigration cases across Texas. Just this week, a nun spoke publicly for the first time since her detention by ICE last month. She was taken into custody while walking to her parish in McAllen, despite having been granted protection. She is now calling for detainees to be given the opportunity to be heard before any deportation.
What I am asking is just simple. Before anyone is being taken into custody, give them the chance, give them the opportunity so that they can be heard.
Thompson's case also follows the detention of TCU student Luis Andrade Garcia. Arlington police say he was arrested June 27th, transferred to ICE custody on July 10th, and federal officials now say he has been deported to El Salvador. Immigration attorneys tell us now that Garcia is in El Salvador, his legal options are limited. But as for Thompson, the flight attendant, immigration proceedings are only just now beginning, and we will have to wait and see whether he's given a chance to make his case to stay in the United States, to potentially stay with Southwest Airlines, or if a deportation may be in his future. At Love Field Airport in Dallas, I'm Natalie Haddad. I'll send it back to you.
An update to a crash between a train and a FedEx van that happened yesterday on Highway 81 north of Itasca. Texas DPS tells us the passenger in that van has died. He's been identified as 25-year-old Sheldon Gutierrez Rangel of Dallas. The driver remains in critical condition. President Donald Trump is escalating his rhetoric against Iran. Meanwhile, Iranian state media reports more explosions in a port city off the Strait of Hormuz as it launches another wave of attacks targeting U.S. bases across the region. ABC's Christiane Cordero tells us more.
Today marks 13 consecutive nights of airstrikes in a war spanning nearly 5 months, with no signs of slowing down. The U.S. and Iran are trading airstrikes across the region, with the U.S. again targeting an Iranian port near the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran launching drones against U.S. assets in Kuwait. President Trump tells Axios he's now considering a, quote, massive attack, bigger than ever before. The IRGC, meanwhile, is issuing a grim warning to civilians in several key U.S. allies, urging anyone stay at least 500 meters away from locations that house American military. 1 week ago, Iranian airstrikes pierced through air defense systems, killing 4 U.S. service members in Jordan and Iraq. The family of one fallen soldier gathered in New York yesterday to mourn the loss of 28-year-old Sergeant Angel Rampersad.
She fought for this country and she died for this country, and I am a mother that is highly proud of her. And I know she was really, really focused on what she was doing. She loved it.
Near the Strait of Hormuz, at least 6,000 people are believed to be stranded on some 400 vessels waiting to cross, according to the UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights. The commissioner is urging the U.S., Israel, and Iran to help safely evacuate those stuck, as traffic through the strait has essentially stopped. Oil prices are down slightly today, but gas prices are ticking up. According to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of regular is now $4.10. Its analysts expect gas to surge by another 10 to 20 cents in the coming weeks. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Happening this midday, Governor Greg Abbott is set to survey flood damage in Cotulla and LaSalle County in South Texas. He will take a Black Hawk helicopter tour over the area, getting a first-hand look at damage from last week's storms, and will provide an update on the state's flood response after that. Major sports news this midday. LeBron James has a new team. The NBA superstar posted on Instagram that he will play with the Philadelphia 76ers next season and even signed his first trading card already. The 41-year-old is entering a record-breaking 24th season.